What's good, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Hip Hop Exposure, where we talk about the rap game and everything that comes with it. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Good looking. These past few years, Oblock has been taking over the rap game in Chicago itself. The game also has countless losses and pressure from the cops, especially after their main op, Duck, was murdered. Let's dig into Oblock. Parkway Garden Homes, known as Oblock, is a low-income housing project on the 6400 block of South King Drive. Now, they originally built this project, or some say complex, in 1950. This was an area for working-class black families, which homes famous residents like D. Wade and Michelle Obama. Oblock crime picked up in the late 80s and early 90s and became a high-crime area in Chicago. And in the beginning, the buildings was controlled by the Mickey Cobras and the Gangster Disciples, but by the mid-90s, the Black Disciples took over. By the early 2000s, the Black Disciples in Parkway started going by Wick City, which stood for Wild, Insane, Crazy. In the late 2000s, Wick City started beefing with a nearby gang of GDs called STL EBT. Stop, flag on the play. It was sets beefing called Wick and EBT. I can't make this up. Man, let's get back into it. EBT Hood was around 63rd and St. Lawrence, which was right around the corner of Oblock. Like most beefs anywhere, not clear on why the beef really started, but in 2010, a Wick City member named Rizzy was allegedly murdered by someone from STL EBT, which led to a series of murders and a decade-long war that goes on to this day. On August 11, 2011, a high-ranking member of Wick City named O.D. Perry was shot and killed on the 400 block of East 64th Street, right around the corner from Parkway Gardens. Shadell Gregory, aka Tuka, was a 15-year-old GD who was killed a few months earlier waiting on a bus stop. It was believed that his murder was a retaliation of a BD named Edric Ty Walker, who was killed in 2009. O.D. Perry was shot on Tuka's birthday, and rumor has it that O.D. may have been involved in the murder. Also, it was said that O.D. was killed by one of Tuka's best friends, a teenage girl named K.I., who was one of STL EBT main shooters. That was never confirmed that K.I. was the actual killer. The deaths of these two, Tuka and O.D. Perry, was two of the biggest events that started the beef between Oblock and STL EBT. And around that time, drill music was just starting to go mainstream. That also had an impact on what was going on in the streets. In January 2012, Chief Keef dropped the song 300, which had a bar that said, "Fuck Tuka gang, bitch, I'm 300, bringing the Oblock STL beef into the industry. 2 months later, he dropped a song and video to I Don't Like, which introduced the world to drill music. That shined a spotlight on Chicago, and now dudes from the South Side was becoming major stars. Lil Durk signed a deal with Def Jam in 2013, and other rappers like Lil Reese, Fredo Santana, and so on was getting major looks from the industry. Even though it was rappers from both sides of the war, the BD rappers was getting the most attention the next few years. Oblock had a major influence on the rap game. But drill music didn't just have an influence on the rap game, it also had an influence on the streets, with rappers dissing each other blocks and dissing dead ops, only to increase the violence, especially between Oblock and 63rd. On April 11, 2014, K.I. was killed after being shot walking the 6400 block of South Herbert Hart Ave. Her killer was never arrested, but rumor has it that her killer was one of Oblock's famous artist, King Von. K.I. and King Von had a crazy relationship. They would diss each other online, but borderline flirt, but they also was known as sworn ops. Von got out of that body and almost got caught up in another body of Stucky. Von and Stucky was at the same house party that night Stucky was killed. Police says Von recruited another BD member to carry out the shooting named Big Mike. Big Mike told the police that it was him and Von that did the shooting, but Von was the one that took the kill shot. Mike then refused to testify and messed the case up for the DA, so Von walked and Big Mike was sentenced to 28 years. When Von was locked up, he seen all his boys doing their thing in the music industry, so he started rapping when he got out. Dirk signed him to OTL not long after he was released, and he dropped his single Crazy Story December 6, 2018. The song went viral and racked up millions of views. Out of all the drill rappers, Von has the best bars and storytelling ability and the respect with the streets behind him. By that time, the GDs was also starting to get noticed. On January 18, LBG Doug, a rapper from STL, EBT, and Oblock main op dropped the track Slide. It became a major hit and featured 21 Savage on the remix. Doug was also doing his thing for a while in the music industry. GD and the other GD rappers started buzzing in the city. Dirk was blackballing him from out the industry, saying Dirk had all the connections and the clout. As soon as Duck started buzzing in the city, he was gunned down in Chicago Gold Coast neighborhood. A week before he was killed, Duck dropped a track called Dead Bitch, where he took shots at 600 and Oblock dead members, including Odie. A few months later, King Von was killed in a completely unrelated shooting. He bumped into Quando Rondo outside a hookah lounge in Atlanta, and a fight broke out. They was allegedly beefing over a female, and Von had problems with NBA YoungBoy, who signed Quando. Von started punching Rondo. Lil Timmy pulled out his gun and started shooting, killing Von and other members of the group. This sparked a beef with Oblock and NBA YoungBoy that's still active to today. Many say the death of King Von was the beginning of the end of Oblock. With the buzz behind Von, it could have took Oblock to a new level. With all the attention on Oblock with the police on him after the Duck murder, in 2020, FBI arrested 23 members of the Black Disciples. And part of this investigation, it was drugs and gun trafficking in the South Side. Recovered 24 guns, 13 kilos of cocaine, and 750 grams of fentanyl, 378 grams of crack, and over $50,000 in cash. Sheesh! Darnell McMiller, aka Murder, was the head of the Black Disciples, who was arrested for felony gun and firearm charges, and other high-ranking members of the organization was arrested as well. Shortly after that, it was announced that Parkway Gardens was being put up for sale. When the news broke out, Lil Durk said he was gonna get the money together and buy it no matter the price. But by the time the news hit public, somebody already brought the building. It's not clear who brought it or what they want to do with it, but more than likely it will be torn down and redeveloped, kicking out the people that stay in there now. Oblock has been a major headquarters for the Black Disciples for many years. Selling the building would make it hard to continue operations on the street level. October 13, 2021, 5 members of Oblock, C-Murder, Kenny Mack, Low C-Thang, and Muwap was arrested for federal racketeering and the murder of Duck. The charges against them is hard to keep up with, and the police says they used the members' own social media to convict them for the crimes. Right now, it's only 5 members that is arrested, but Chicago police says they are set to take down the whole gang. So with the RICO indictment, NBA YoungBoy dissing them, Oblock getting sold and might be getting torn down, we don't know if we might see another rapper coming from the notorious Oblock. Okay, that concludes my episode. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting me. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. We thank you for joining us and giving us your time. Holla!